You may know by now that Eclipse Editorial and Draco Ideas is my favorite Spanish company and is one that's making some absolutely cracking games. Tambores de Guerra, Drums of War, is their latest offering that's coming to Kickstarter in the first quarter of 2023. That is like, now. And I have with me a prototype that is scaringly close to the final product. Is this game, though, going to be worth the amount of money that you have to spend to get your hands on it? Let me find out. So play we all. For transparency's sake, I have to say this is not a standard unboxing in which I unfold something and say, oh my god, this is amazing, because I don't know what's coming inside. I already know what's in here because I've had the privilege of playing this game with the designer who happens to live like over there. So this is the game, the copy that we have already played, and it is very exciting because this is all it comes with. It doesn't have an awful lot of components. What we find are two different decks of cards, okay? One for the monsters and one for the humans, although the humans have, well, non-human creatures. So they're just two different armies. It's not as bioessentialists as it sounds, which is very good. So these are the cards that we're going to find, and seriously, the illustrations are very, very good. I quite like it. And I like the printing. I like vibrant, sharp colors. And these do certainly offer that. The material is fairly good. You're going to need to sleeve this at some point because at least the prototype, they are not laminated. As you can see, they don't have any texture on them. That may or may not change with the Kickstarter. I don't know, because this is a prototype. So the only thing that I can critique right now is the illustration and the anatomy of the card, which, to be perfectly honest, is quite clear as far as I can see. There are plenty of illustrations, and the graphic design of the whole thing is beautiful. It really is very, very clear, and I very much appreciate that. Yes, it could be said that you could find this a little bit bigger, but for reasons that will become obvious when I do the playthrough, it's not particularly necessary. The other deck of cards is just as nice, with plenty of different monsters that you can play with, and different units. If you want to know what all of these mean, keep an eye, because I'm going to do a how to play video that will come soon after this one. So just subscribe and be mindful of this, because seriously, this is very well worth it. Trust me on this one. We also get a few tokens, and the tokens are for life markings, because you're going to be fighting an army. This is a game for 1 to 2 players, and these are condition tokens, which are very, very cleverly designed because they can do 2 or 3 things, which is good. And then the first play token as well. We get, obviously, a rule book, which, although you can see here now is in Spanish, worry not, this will come in English. Trust me, it shall. And the layout is very, very clear, which I like. Yes, there are some, the explanation of the cards could do with adding a little bit more space to them and perhaps describing them in a little bit more detailed manner, but that is going to add to the rule book, and it really doesn't need it. What looks confusing here, once you've gone through it, it really isn't that much. So I'm not bothered by it at all. But everything is very clearly explained and very clearly marked, which is, well, pretty decent. At the end, you get a summary of how the game plays, and also an index for the iconography, so you won't get lost for long, but once you've played it twice, everything will get absorbed very, very quickly anyway. We also get the solitary rules, because yeah, this is, as I said earlier, 1 to 2 players, and the solitary rules are just a few pages of rules, which is easy enough. And last but not least, we get the playmat. This is likely to change between now and the end of the campaign, as in the production, because they want to make some changes in how the board looks. If they didn't, I would not be upset. This is very clear. You have several spaces where everything is very clearly marked. And the only thing is that, yeah, it's exactly the same both sides. And those are the plans that the company has to change them, to change the board and make them a little bit, well, different, more versatile. How? I don't know yet. I need to find out. So by the time I record the playthrough, I will probably know, and I will let you know. And last but not least, the box is one thing that Eclipse and Draco Ideas do very often, and I really like, and is that they have these little magnets that keep the box sealed. It is super sturdy and really vibrant and very sharp in color with a very nice illustration. For a prototype, if I backed a Kickstarter and I got this in the end, I would be happy. I really, really would. I don't know how much this game is going to retail. I imagine 25, perhaps 30 euros tops. I don't know that. But so far, Eclipse has managed to do it again. And I am so pleased about it. And seriously, I am so excited to do the playthrough of the game because I have enjoyed it immensely. So keep an eye on this. Keep an eye on the Kickstarter. I think it's going to be very, very good. And I look forward to hearing what you have to say about this game. But until the next time, I hope that you look after yourself. So play well.